Okay guys, you ready for this adventure? So basically it's the first time I've ever taken it out. I figured I tried to buy everything I needed, like to put it in the back of my truck to tie it down. I think everything went well. I might need one cable, a little longer cable, but I drove over here and the kayak didn't move at all. And I'm trying to get it. Well, like I said, I can't hardly breathe because I had to carry it down here, because they have like a boat launching area here, but the only people that can park over here are people with trailers. So I didn't want to park there and have to worry about my truck getting towed, and they probably would over here. But with everything in there, like I said, we're not metal detecting today. I'd say it weighs at least over 70 pounds, because it was, I mean, I had to carry it from all the way over there. So I parked up there. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, if I could park there, it wouldn't be that bad. But there's signs everywhere, so I figured they would tow your stuff. You can see how other people are there with their trailers. So here's our kayak. So basically everything was on it. So basically when I carried it over, everything I need's in the kayak. I ended up having to get another overnight bag. So I bought this overnight bag so I can put all my camera stuff in it. And like I said, you guys see my beach hunts. I mean, those bags are killer. So I bought another one, and I'll just set this behind the seat. I got some drinks back here, and some of the stuff I got in here is not much, because I really don't. I brought this little grab thing in case we see some old bottles or something. We'll grab it out of there. And I don't know if you can get to this compartment while you're sitting in there, but I can always just go up on the bank and get in there. Then I just put this towel in there so I wouldn't have to listen to it banging around. Then this here, well, here's our camera mount. So I had to buy this camera mount, and it's swivel, so you can just loosen it up, so I can swivel it to me or swivel it out. So I'll probably be using this and probably my head mount for the video, because I've never made these kind of videos on the water like this. So I've been watching a lot of videos. So hopefully, I mean, if you guys see anything that you think would be better, just let me know in the comment sections. The paddle's important. I ended up paying about $100 for the paddle, because I knew you have to have a decent paddle. And this here is a lanyard, or basically they call it a paddle leash. So I got it just in case, you know, if I drop it, I don't have to get in the water and swim for it or anything, you know what I mean? Plus it makes it easier to keep everything on the boat, because I want it just like this so I can carry it. Like I said, I wasn't planning on carrying it as far as I did. So, and I'm sure there's gonna be times where I have to. I'll figure out a way. I think it's just a matter of getting used to, because I think it weighs about 70 pounds now with everything on it. And you gotta think, I got a little cooler in there with some ice in it. I got my life jacket. So the biggest restrictions here in Ohio is you have to wear a life jacket in a kayak. That's why most people have drowned, because they don't wear a kayak. And the other thing is, you got to have this sticker here, this inspection sticker. I think it's a registration sticker. Then the other thing I got in here, and that's a whistle. So you have to have a whistle. I'm not for sure if you're supposed to carry this on you. I'm putting it in there. If someone says something to me, I'll put it around my neck. But it's basically like the world's loudest whistle is what I got. It actually came with earplugs with it. So basically this is where we're at, and I'm having to go across there because there's so much garbage in here. There's a guy out there in a boat, but I don't think I'm in a kayak. I think I can just cruise right across there. I'll find out here shortly. But we got to go that way. So this way here dead ends. We need to go that way, and we're gonna head up. I might try to put a little video in the front of this if I have time, because I got to work tomorrow. But if I have time, I'll put a little video in there so you guys can actually see the route we're taking. But we're going to go basically up towards downtown Columbus. Then I'll kind of, you know, turn the camera on and tell you where we're at. And you, like I said, I'm going to do my best to make a good video for you. And like I said, if you guys got any pointers, just let me know. But we're only going to do a couple videos like this, and we're going to start treasure hunting. Then by then I'll have it figured out about carrying this, how to put my metal detector and everything in there. And we're going to go on treasure hunts. And we'll just be fishing in the rivers. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as we get on the water. Okay guys, as you can see that we're getting close to downtown now. But I put that bag behind my seat. Actually that bag is an overboard bag. I don't know why I said overnight, but the reason I got everything in that bag, because if that bag, if I flip or something, it'll it's waterproof is why I put everything in the bag. Well, I put it behind my seat. Well, when I started cruising down through here, you can't really get behind your seat while you're in here. And if you go too far forward, I mean, I don't know if this kayak, because this is a pretty good kayak, I don't know if it'll flip, but it felt like it was on a flip. So I ended up having to go up on the bank and get the cameras out, and I went ahead and hooked both of them up. So, because it looks like they're having some kind of festival down here. But so far it's been a great trip other than when I left. So at the green lawn where I got in, most of that was like brush laying in there, so I almost bottomed out. Then I had to back up and go around. After I sat there and drank a cup of coffee and watched the fisherman out there, and I seen him go around it. I just thought, you know, being in a kayak I could go over it, but you can't. I mean, it's like it was like I don't think it was an island. I just think it was all the crap that washed down through there from the storms. And then so far I've seen like basically two kayakers. I think I'm coming up on another one right now, or at least these two guys are in a boat. But so far, I mean, I'm basically just learning, you know, because you got to know how to paddle too. I mean, because I'm basically working upstream. I figured this would be better than the way back will be a lot faster. But I'm loving it so far. And I haven't gotten in the water. I had to step in the water to get in the kayak because of that stupid boat ramp. I was trying to do it so I wouldn't get wet at all, but it was inevitable. Lucky I didn't fall in. I probably looked like a stupid ass getting into it. That guy in the boat, he probably laughed at me the whole time, because, you know, it took me a while to get out there, and he didn't even tell me that I wouldn't be able to get across it. He just stood there and watched me on his boat. But as you guys can see, it looks like there's some kind of festival. I didn't check all that, but obviously there's a festival going on up here, because there's a bunch of little like canopies and stuff we're coming across. But I don't know, we're probably maybe about a mile out from where we're going. I mean, we'll probably go as long as I can. So I want to at least get to the Olentangy is what I want to do today, and check it out too. But you can tell this bridge, actually there used to be two of these bridges, and the flood of 1913 washed out one of them. See, for years and years, well, look at this, we're getting a train. But you know what I mean, you can't beat this because you're like in the river. It's extremely cool. Even when I went under the overpass, it was just a weird feeling. By the time it gets across there or not, then you guys will see, because you guys can feel it. I mean, most of the feelings you get is in your ears anyways from the noise, or the not lack of noise. But I think I'm probably moving about 1 mile an hour. But I'll try to get down here. But don't fall on us. We're almost there. Cool, huh? But like I said, you can't beat this feeling. But I'll get back to you guys when we get closer down. Like I said, I'll just keep turning the camera on, so you guys, if I see anything really cool, I'll turn the camera back on. But you can see how there's a festival up here. Okay guys, so basically now we're pretty much in downtown. But I was trying to tell you before, you know, about 100 something years ago, they wanted to go through and clean it up because they basically went in here and redid all this. I mean, it doesn't look nothing like it did when I was a kid. And they wanted to do this like 100 years ago and clean this area up, because the only thing that was on both sides of the river were bars and brothels. So when that flood come through here in 1913, it wiped out everything on both sides of the river. But the thing is the city didn't have the money to redo it. Then it didn't really go into ruins. I mean, it basically just became like warehouses and stuff like that, and manufacturing companies, because, you know, manufacturing was a big deal here in the United States, you know, back in the early 1900s. That's basically how America was built. And so there was probably factories and everything down through here. I mean, we're getting ready to come up on Coastside, and I mean, the school's still there. They turned the old Central High School into Coastside, but I think it was built like in the early 1900s. But then just here recently, I think probably about the last 5 years or something, they've redone it. And I know it's deeper than it used to be because I watched them dredge all this out. So they dredged it all out and made it deeper, and they put all this stuff in here, all these bicycle paths. You know, there's like a bicycle trail that runs around the whole thing on both sides. But I'll get back to you guys as soon as we get down by Coastside. Okay guys, we're down there. Honestly, I don't know why they let all these weeds grow up, because last time I was down here, none of this was here. But this is Coastside here. This used to be Central High School. Well, you can see how it looks like they have some kind of marble exhibit going on there. It's kind of weird, all the grass is growed up, the weeds are growed up. But like I said, it's hard to tell, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're cutting back on money or something, because I know I walked all the way down in here. Actually, one of the videos I made in the past, I was here, and here, let's turn around. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but that bridge way down there, you can see that deer. See how that deer's standing, hanging over the bridge? That's in one of my older videos. But we were down here, but these weeds weren't here. They had it all trimmed back. But I guess you can look over here. I mean, it's cool over here on this side. Yeah, so we're basically like right downtown. I'm thinking that Santa Maria used to be parked right here. They used to have like a replica of the Santa Maria, and I think it was parked in here, or maybe past the other bridge, and for some reason they took it out. But it used to look more like a river back then. It wasn't like this. But like I said, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a lot different on the water, trust me. I mean, being on the water and looking at all this stuff's completely different. And a lot of this stuff I couldn't get to. You know, basically after we get past this bridge, I couldn't go any further down. There's nowhere to park. They have like parks on both sides and bike paths, but they have nowhere for you to park. So it's like they're just controlling the downtown area. I don't know why they don't have a big parking lot so people can get them down in here. That's basically why you don't see as many people, because they've built like apartments and stuff on both sides and condos. And I think over on one of these sides there's another big condo. Maybe it's up here. And those are the people that are actually down here. Unless they have a big festival, then you over here behind Coastside, they have like a giant parking lot. Well, you can see a statue over it, but the last time I was down here, all this was gone. I don't know why they didn't cut it back. I don't even know why they let it even get like that. You think they would have just put a concrete platform or something like that, because there's actually like giant steps going up towards Coastside, and you can literally sit there and look out onto the river. But I'm sure you can't now with all those weeds growing like that. But like I said, it looks a lot different because we're basically 14 inches off the water. You know what I mean? But I'll get back to you guys as soon as we get down. We're getting ready to come up on another train trestle down here. But I'll get back to you guys.
like a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. A step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell.
Okay guys, we're coming up. Well, you can see that yellow pole, that's actually the new crew stadium. We should be able to make it down there because I'm not tired. Actually, when you're kayaking, you can stop whenever you want and rest. You just have to worry about drifting, you know what I mean? But this bridge here is real old too, and there's another one right up from it. These are those apartments over here I was telling you guys about. But that's what they did, is they built these and then they built all this around selling those apartments, so people want to live over here so they can ride their bikes and jog. I mean, I guess it'd be cool to live up on the top floor. I see some people out there on their balconies. So, you know what I mean? If you have a nice apartment building, those are expensive apartments. I mean, if you had an apartment like that, you wouldn't want to look down to the... This is actually used to be the worst side of town. So that's what they're doing, is they're cleaning it up so these people have a good view, so they'll pay $1 million or something for whatever those apartments cost, or condos, I mean. This bridge here is really old. But actually, I'm looking for a couple of swimming holes, and I'm thinking the one, but it's kind of hard to know for sure because they've redone everything. I don't know if it was this one or the one down here, but obviously the water in here is too deep for me to treasure hunt. I know that, because like I said, they dredged all this out and made it deeper. They probably to keep the water. I don't think they have to worry about flooding because they got a dams. They just control all the flooding for the dams, from the dams. But I'm having a pretty good time. I'm starting to get thirsty. I'm gonna have to stop somewhere. It looks like there's a spot up here. I think this spot up here I seen when because I've been in these woods up here, metal detecting. This is where all those homeless people were living. There's like a village in here. That's what's weird. There's a village of homeless people here, and the rich people live right here on the other side. But like I said, as far as for me, there's really no way for me to get back in here because there's nowhere to park. I mean, even when I got in these woods, I had to walk a long way to get there. I mean, not saying this is like the quickest way, because I mean, I've been paddling for a while. I don't know how long I've been out here. Plus there's a lot of debris in here. I think that's what you got to watch. If you was cruising down here pretty quick and you hit one of those stumps, you'd obviously get in the water. But like I said, we're not too far. I mean, actually, if you can see that, that's a freeway. So on the other side of that bridge, there's a freeway, and I think that's more or less the entrance to the Olentangy. And that's basically where I was wanting to go today. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as we get in there. Okay, guys, we're getting ready to enter the Olentangy. But you can see this is some kind of club up here too that we're coming up on. I think that's like the dining room or something. I can't remember what it's called, but some kind of country club or something. That's even if I can get up here, because it feels like the water is getting real shallow. Yeah, I think we're on bottom out. There's like 3 people here fishing. Yeah, I think this is about as far as we're gonna be able to go today. We'll probably come down this way the next time, because I knew when I seen, because I go across one of these bridges, I think the 3rd bridge I go across on the way home, and I seen where the water was rough, but I don't think it's rough because it's just because it's shallow. But this is one of the hunting areas I want to come to, because this used to be a swimming hole right here. So we could always land over here, then just work off the bank. Plus I really don't want to go through there while those people are fishing. Well, I say that's about it for today. We still got to paddle all the way back. And I don't have any, there's like some kind of app you can get, like a kayaking app that you can get that'll tell you how, I don't know how many miles we went, but it's definitely a lot longer than what I thought it would be, you know, just by looking at a map. But I know it's gonna be a lot quicker to get back because we're going downstream now. But it's been a fun trip. I'll turn the camera back on when we get closer to downtown again, where that festival is. But like I said, we can get up here. I mean, like I said, this used to be a swimming hole right here. I don't know if they came and dumped all those rocks in. But it's still a cruise. I mean, but like I said, I'll figure out a way to get in the water on the other way and come down the Olentangy, because there's a couple spots there too that we're gonna be hunting. But I'll have to figure that out, because I don't have a clue right now. Because like I said, it's just set up. Most of the stuff that they redo, they just set it up for the people that live around there. They don't care about having people come. That's why, I mean, today's Saturday, it's a nice day, and there's only 3 guys here fishing. A lot of times when I would come down through these woods, there wouldn't be no one fishing. So I don't know how those guys got back in here. They must have parked on the highway and walked back up in here, or hiked through the woods or something, because they definitely don't live at that country club. But someone told me about a dump. I think the dump is over here in these woods. I'm not positive, but it's kind of hard to tell. I guess if I had quick access to my camera, next time I'll put my camera in this box so I can get my camera out real quick and I can check where we're at. But I think the old dump used to be in here. But I'll get back to you guys. The other thing that's good about kayaking, if you want to take a break, you can stop at your own little island and get you a drink of water. So there's like a little island, so I stopped here. But it was weird. I've been in that kayak so long. But see, you can see how see, this is an old Coke bottle. This is old pottery. But I'm positive that dump used to be right here. So this is a good area to hunt too. But I think that the bigger pile will be better, because everything washes out of that bank. I didn't go, when I leave, I'll probably go closer to it. Maybe I can find something. So here's an old bottle here at the top of it. See, it's still got the cork in it. This is old. So this bottle here is from like the 1800s. But that old dump's like right here. Like I said, but there was no way for me to get in here without that kayak. I mean, these guys over here fishing, I don't know how they got in here. Because I mean, there's places, but I mean, here in Columbus, man, if you just park on the side of the road, I mean, they'll tow your stuff. But this is like a real small little island. I think that big one over there, and there's That one there, I'm not for sure is an island. I think it's connected to the land. So other people, because somebody told me a long time ago that he was in there metal detecting in that dump and he found some old Indian head pennies, but he said there was a lot of people in there bottle digging. But that's all I see. But it's just signs. It tells you that's what it is. But I know for a fact that was the dump. Look at here. Here's a keeper here. So there's an old cork bottle. You know what I'm saying? Box gun off or something, oil, some kind of oil. But this is an old bottle right here, and we just found it. But it's kind of, it's not, I mean, it might be. Nah, there's a little chip out of the lip. But I'll take it since that's the only thing we found today. We didn't really come out hunting. But these are the things I want to look for. And it's just weird, like I said. I mean, you can just find it. I think, you know, overseas they call this mudlarking, but I don't think it's the same here in the States, because usually what they're doing is they're going out, and when low tide goes out, they're looking actually through mud for items. And then most of those countries over there are so old, they find like old stuff, like old pipes. They find like extremely old stuff. But I still think that's a pretty good find, you know. I say this bottle is probably, well, you know, it's at least from the 1800s, late 1800s. And there's just a chip in there, but I'm gonna keep it. Actually, I got a bag in the back to put stuff in just in case I find stuff. And I'll probably go down along there. But like I said, I'm not familiar with the water as a lot of it too, man. Because I've went aground a couple times, and I know if I'm cruising and I hit something like that, I'm gonna go right in the water, and I'm trying to avoid that. You know what I mean? I mean, at least today, I know it's inevitable. I'm gonna fall in the water eventually, but I just stopped here to have a drink because I couldn't see with that cooler being behind that seat. I had to get out of it to get it because it's so big. It's bigger than the bag. Actually, I didn't actually have to get out of the kayak to get that bag. That's pretty cool though. Well, at least we found something. We weren't even on a hunt and found some treasure. Well, that's what it is. It says 4-in-1 oil. See how it says 4-in-1 oil? They must have had different brands, because a lot of these, when you would buy like a Model T, these would be in the glove box because they would use it to oil all the stuff on the Model Ts. But that's basically what we call 3-in-1 oil. But this actually says 4-in-1 oil. But it does say gun right there though. Maybe it's some kind of gun oil, I don't know. I'll just give it to my mom. I'm sure they'll figure out what it is. Pretty cool though. But I'll get back to you guys. I'm gonna take a little break because actually, like I said, when I was in that kayak so long, when I got out I almost fell down because I couldn't get my legs to work because I've been sitting down that long. So I'd say we went, I mean, I bet you we went at least, I'm not gonna guess at it because I know it's been a few miles. I don't know, at least maybe between 8 and 5, I would say. I don't know if that map at the house will tell me how many miles I went, but I was hoping to go up through there, but there ain't no way. I mean, those guys are leaving, but there's no way. I know it's shallow, and then you're right in the rapids right there. So basically I'd definitely get in the water. I'd have to get in and kind of drag the kayak through there. But we're definitely going to come down, so eventually I'll show you guys the back of that new stadium. So I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, we're headed back now. I looked a little bit down along that side, but I didn't see any. I seen a couple of, like, it looked like mason jars, but they were all busted out. But I think that little island is where there's gonna be stuff. Plus I want to get my metal detector. I want to get in that water because I know that used to be an old swimming hole. So there used to be a swimming hole there, and by one of these train trestles there was another swimming hole. Because I read an article that was in a dispatch a long time ago, and they were saying that a lot of kids were drowning by jumping off the bridge, and they were drowning back there too. Then they started, you know, opening up public pools. This was like, you know, 100 years ago is when all this was going on. And you know, before all this was here, the old prison used to be right here. So basically the prison faced that area down there where Olentangy and the Scioto hit together. But Yeah, I don't know how many years ago. It's been a long time since they tore the old prison down. And now it just looks like this. You know, you have all these like rich condos here. I mean, I didn't even notice when we come up the first time. They have a little like thing sitting here. It's got water coming out of the side. I don't know if there's a swimming pool in there or what. But it's like a little area where people can sit and have their lunch or whatever. And it must be like some kind of restaurant because it's like the back of the building. But there used to not be nothing here. But I've had a great time, man. It's been fun. I mean, I think I had the right idea to go upstream because I mean it's a lot easier going back down. And I didn't have any issues other than, you know, having the bags. I'll know to put the bag in here, and that's it. I mean, I didn't fall in the water. I got my feet wet getting in and out of the kayak, but I didn't fall in the water or anything. Then, like I said, most of it's just going to be because I watched tons of videos on YouTube to learn how to paddle, and I was coming down under that last bridge, and there was another dude on a kayak, and he's fishing, and there's a dude on the bank fishing, and I was trying to go away from them, and I caught a little bit of a current, and it kind of was taking me not that I would have wrecked or anything, it was just pushing me in the wrong direction. Then I had to put the brakes on. Then they noticed that I was there. They didn't even know I was there until I hit the brakes, because when I hit the brakes you could hear the water, you know, the ripples in the water. But I'll get it down. I think the next video will probably go to probably like Darby Creek or something. Some of these places I won't talk a lot. I might show you, you know, the water and things around it, but I'm not gonna talk a lot about it, because if I find these old swimming holes, I don't want anybody to know about it. I just want to be able to come and make videos and be able to hunt them myself. So even like the one back there, I'm not for sure, but honestly, right here where I'm at, I think was the bridge, and people used to jump off of this. So a lot of it's, I mean, some of it there's still ground there. But we'll come back in here and we'll check all this stuff. We'll go down, we'll stop at places, because a lot of these things no one can get to. I mean, like this pillar that's right here in the middle of the water there, how would anybody else get in there? The only way someone could get in there is by a kayak or a boat or something. But that's probably it, guys. I'm gonna head back and get the boat out of the water, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any pointers, things you want me to do better making these videos, just let me know. I tried to do my best. Like I said, I watched a lot of videos, and I really haven't, you know, when I get home and edit it, I'll be able to know what I got, and then I'll probably be able to put it together. But if you guys want me to show more things, or if you want me to go to a certain area, just let me know. I mean, eventually we will go back there, and we'll go down the Olentangy is what we're gonna do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.